Hey everybody, my name is Demetrius Green, and for the purpose of this video, I'll be demonstrating some pre-warm-up activities for football-related functions. Normally I would do these activities over the distance of about 20 yards, but I'll be shortening that down just to get to the real reason or the real functions behind each activity. So what I would first have my athletes do is just a light jog, about 20 yards, just to get the body flowing. Get the heart rate elevated, the body temperature going, and kind of loosen up those muscles and tendons that they'll be using over the course of this exercise or over the couple hours of a normal football type practice. So I just have them jog about 50%, about half speed, kind of just working on form, getting arms, elbows, shoulders back, knees up. Like I said, they'll normally do that over the course of about 20 yards. Next, we'll roll into a high knee, which they'll do that running in running form over a 20-yard span. Really want to focus on knee up, heel up, toe up, being able to really get a good stretch, and like I said, work those quads, hamstrings, hips. So we just kind of want to get chest up, good arm, good running form, and kind of just get our knees, toes, and heels up. All right, just gonna allow for more flexibility, more range of motion. After that, we'll normally do a butt kick, which will focus on keeping our knee down, pointed down, and getting our heels up as close to our butt as we can. Kind of like that function there. So just want to keep that good running form. Keep your knees down and getting your getting your heels to your buttocks. All right. Again, we want to make sure that the heart is preparing itself for the workout that's ready to come. We want to make sure we're getting our heart rate elevated and getting that blood flowing through your system. All right. Next, we'll transition into a walking knee hug, which is, in layman's terms, is simply what it is. You'll walk, you'll bring your knee to your chest, you'll give it a tight pull, just kind of stretch your hamstrings, get your hips loose for some of those agility type related functions that you'll be performing over the course of that period. All right. After that, we'll transition to a lunge and twist. So we'll lunge out forward, we'll twist to the opposite direction, and we'll do that on both legs, alternating for about 20 yards. We just want to work on the abdominals, again, work on those hamstrings and quads, and that hip flexor as well. A lot of agility, a lot of change in movement, and a lot of those football-related activities. We definitely want to make sure we're loose. We want to make sure we have enough blood flow through our lower extremities to accommodate for those actions. After that, we'll transition to a Frankenstein, which we'll walk, keeping our legs straight. We'll bring our legs up as high as we can and try to touch our toes, similar to that Frankenstein motion. Once again, working those hamstrings, quads and hips, getting your body loose there. And then we'll transition into a high knee karaoke, in which you'll run in a lateral motion. You'll bring your backwards leg in front of your forward leg and kind of swing that over to kind of loosen up your hips. So in running form, it would kind of look something like that. Just getting your body loose. Really working those hips, loosening up those hips. All right. After that, we'll do a side shuffle. It kind of targets the inner thigh, outer thigh area, hips as well. If you want to get in a good squat position, kind of just work your body from side to side, shuffling. Keep your chest up, keep your eyes up, butt down, hips down, and just shuffling for about 20 yards. Next, we'll transition into what we call an A-skip, which is a form or variation of a running pattern. We're just going to slow it down, typically a little bit. Looks very similar to what we did earlier with the high knees. So you still want to focus on knee up, heel up, toe up, but you really want to exert that force and kind of break that running pattern down. So you bring that knee up as high as you can, and you'll do that in a running function repeatedly for about 20 yards. Up, down, keeping good running form, knee up, toe up, heel up, and then keeping your hips aligned as well. So really want to over-exaggerate that running form. And then after that, we'll transition into a B-skip, which is that same A-skip pattern, Just gonna flex your leg out at the top of that running pattern. So look something like this. You just really wanna focus on those lower extremities and getting your calves a little loose, your hips loose, hamstrings as well. After that, we'll focus on a broad jump, which you'll squat down in a squat position. Bring your arms back. You'll bring your arms back. Just kind of get some force behind you, and you'll jump forward as far as you can. Really working on those fast twitch muscle fibers, getting the hips loose, hamstrings, quads, buttocks as well. So once again, you want to get down in the squat motion. Jump up as far as you can. And then lastly, we'll transition into a power skip. With that, you just want to work into a running motion. You just want to jump as high as you can off of one leg. Really bringing your opposite leg with you to kind of exert that force and bring yourself forward. So as you can see, I'm bringing that opposite leg that I'm jumping off up as high as I can to really exert myself forward in a high pattern. All right. So these warm-ups will just really get you loose, get your heart rate moving, get your blood flowing, get you pumping, and prepares you for that exercise that's ready to come.